Whether you like it or not, money follows attention. Why do you think a fight card centered around Jake Paul and Ben Askren is going to sell so many pay-per-views? It's because they have all the attention. The way in which we buy and the way in which your customers and prospects buy has changed. In the old world, average was good enough. In the new world, people must know who you are and what you stand for, and you must constantly be getting that messaging out there and building that brand time after time again. I'm in software sales. I make cold calls every day, and my talk track goes a little bit like this. Hey, the reason I'm calling you, I'm following up on a recent email I sent you. Does the name Qualtrics ring a bell? That's the company I work for. And when they say, no, I don't know who you are, I haven't seen your email, I've never heard of your company, it's a lot harder to set the meeting when they've never heard me versus if they say, yeah, I've heard of Qualtrics, then it's a lot smoother way in because they know who I am, what I stand for, what I'm calling about, etc., etc. So you in your sales role, if people don't know who you are, if people don't know what your company stands for, then you're gonna have a tough time selling. Think about Elon Musk. Of course, he has billions of dollars, but someone like that, if he has an idea just based on his own personal brand, he's gonna go and be able to find money and funding at any point and get people to believe in his ideas solely because people know who he is. Why do you think someone like Kim Kardashian has a net worth of $1 billion? Why do you think the younger sister, Kylie, I think her name is, or whatever, has another $1 billion net worth? They all sell makeup. It's because they have so much attention. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about how you can become the greatest salesperson in the world, and it's by getting more attention. I'm trying to get more attention by making these videos for you. This is day 102 in a row. Make sure to subscribe to the channel now if you haven't already. And if you have a second to spare, go ahead and hit the like button as well. It's really important to have attention. I believe in a future based on decentralization. There's a lot of interest around Bitcoin. There's a lot of interest around Coinbase. That company recently went public yesterday. It's how you buy and sell cryptocurrencies. And it's almost a hedge against any specific cryptocurrency because it's almost an index of the whole. I bought a share personally. It's probably super overpriced. And think about this. Coinbase has a market cap, so it's technically more valuable than Goldman Sachs, a bank that's been around for a long time. But that's besides the point. Where we're going with this is if you believe in a future of decentralization, so if you believe in Bitcoin, if you believe in, hey, government's always going to have the power, but the future is going to be in the individual. The individual is going to control the power, and rather than having these big news stations, I believe there will be individual broadcasters like you and I who set the news and demand all of the attention. So if you believe in a future of decentralization, then your ability to have recognition and attention on an individual personal brand standpoint is critical. Of course, I also will talk about the context. Most likely, if you're watching this, you probably work for a company, you're an employee like me, and the marketing function is there, the sales go-to-market team is there to build the brand presence of the company, so you don't have a ton of control over that. Of course, in order to become the greatest salesperson in the world, you can work on your hard sales skills like cold calling, prospecting, pipeline generation, pipeline management, health, discovery, demoing. You can work on all that, and we talk a lot about that in this channel. So make sure to stick around and check out some of the other videos if you're interested in those hard skills. But what I want to talk to you specifically about is if you want a future that's better than your present, then you need attention. People need to know who you are. I grew up personally never posting on Facebook. I created a Facebook because all my friends were on it. I remember sending girls friend requests and it was a big deal. I never posted because I was scared, because I was always told, be seen, not heard. Don't create ripples, just do your thing, stay out of the way, don't be greedy, don't demand attention, and I never did that, so I never put myself out there, and that was a big mistake. I really wish I would have been putting myself out there in my earlier years, and this is what I tell my sisters. I'm like, hey, you're in your teens, you gotta start putting yourself out there, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, a blog, a podcast, Spotify, whatever it is. There are these free distribution channels out there in the form of social media for you to put yourself out there. Of course, you can put yourself out there solely for your friends and family to see you so they can keep up with your life. That's all good and fine. But if you're interested in a future that's better than your present, and if you're interested in becoming the greatest salesperson in the world, then you need these distribution channels to be as large as they can, and you need an audience. You need a community. You need thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people following you who know who you are, who know what you stand for, who resonate with your messaging, So ultimately, you will then be able to monetize that community. And I don't say that to belittle you and say, oh, I eventually will monetize you one day. But the reason I make these videos is to build a community and to build attention for myself. I like to post the videos on LinkedIn. I like to make TikToks. I like to do whatever I can to get my name out there because I want people to know who Trent Dressel is. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's super discouraging when you make a video and it only gets 50 views, whatever it is. And when I first started, it was barely 30 views at a time. But my thought is that if I continuously do this every day, and I just recently made a commitment to myself, and I'm gonna make it to you guys right now, but I've made videos on this channel for the last 102 days straight. I'm committing to 1,000 days straight. I'm gonna do 1,000 days straight. And I'm not doing it solely for the money. I'm doing it to help other people, and I'm doing it because I love the process, and it's something fun to do in the evenings. If you're looking behind me, this is my apartment. I have a work from home setup. I have a couch, I have a ring light, and a camera. That's about it. I don't do a whole lot of social life. I don't do a whole lot of partying besides sometimes on Saturdays. I like to work. I like to work hard. I like to work out. I like to make videos, and I hope by making the videos, by putting myself out there, by sharing ideas, by hopefully connecting with some of you on an emotional level, maybe this is entertaining to you, maybe you're learning something new that will then help you put it in practice and make more money. But a lot of people like to talk about doing things. A lot of people say, yeah, I'm gonna do a podcast, I just need to understand how to start it. Yeah, I'm gonna write a book one day, or yeah, I'm gonna go all in at some point, but you know what, now's just not the time. I wanna watch this new season of Game of Thrones, whatever it may be. There's a lot of excuses out there, so if you're someone who wants a better future for yourself, if you're someone who believes in decentralization, then it will be critical for you to have a brand, to have a following, and this of course will help you in your career as well. Making these YouTube videos, so many more people now know me and my company that otherwise never would have known me. I had a big fiasco earlier in the year at our sales kickoff. I got recognized in front of thousands of my colleagues as influencer of the year, and it's a joke award. It's essentially making fun of the person who puts themselves out there. And it's funny if you think about that, because by me putting myself out there, by me getting recognized, even though I was made fun of, as a result, people then knew who I was. I then got messages from higher level senior people that never would have known who I was, that never would have known my name. Even if it wasn't the most positive thing, at least they knew who I was. Even if you don't like Jake Paul, we're still talking about him. It doesn't matter what you think, feel, or how you act. Ultimately, all that matters is that recognition, that attention, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. Ultimately, we're all gonna die, and all of these actions are gonna be insignificant. Like when you think of the Sunnis and the Shiites or whoever, the Mesopotamian people, whoever, I don't know much about history. Name me one Mesopotamian person. And they were around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Their society had eventually collapsed. Name me 5 Romans that you've heard of, besides like Marcus Aurelius and some of these other war commanders. You don't know any of them. At some point, no one's gonna know who you are, so you might as well, while you're here on earth, while you have the potential to think, to see, to feel, to smell, whatever, put yourself out there, get people to know you, and you would be shocked at the doors that will eventually open for you one day. At least that's my theory, that's my hypothesis, and I'm going for the attention, and that's what I'm gonna work towards each and every day. If you're still with me to this point, I don't even know what we just talked about. So drop me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Do you agree? Does money follow attention, or do I have it the wrong way around? Let me know what you think. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit me up on LinkedIn if you'd like to join networks, and I will see you in the next video. If you're watching this on a Friday, I'm gonna continue talking until this video goes over 9 minutes. I think psychologically, if I saw a video that's like 9 minutes and 5 seconds, or a video that's 8 minutes and 54 seconds, I would probably click on the 9-minute video. But I'm gonna end it now. Thanks so much for watching. If you're watching this on the weekend, have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.